My name is Ernest Tan. I'll be teaching your students reading, writing, and for some of them, vocabulary and word study this year in fourth grade. I just wanted to go over what it is that we actually learn in fourth grade, so you understand. The thing I really want to focus on is the fact that when we do language arts, language is not a subject, it's an essential life skill. The students need to know how to read and write in order to function in society and be good citizens. In fact, my largest concern is that students read and that you're making your kids read as much as possible. If you look at this slide, you can see all the different benefits of reading. And I think in general, if there's one thing that I want you to do more than anything else, it's that really promote the idea of reading at home. These are the units of study that we will be learning. I think the one thing that I can sort of sum up with is that all these things require kids to look for evidence about what they read. So whether it's an opinion about a character or making a claim about weather or history or what they like about an author or even poetry itself, that kids can look in text and find evidence to prove what it is that they want to say. And I think it makes them definitely more logical students. So you can look at those, when you can feel free to pause and look at them when you have the time. In writing, I would actually say it's the same sort of thing. We start off learning how to write in the sense of craft a writing piece from beginning to end and speak to each other as a community. But again, students are expected to dig into their own experience and their own opinions to find evidence and express their evidence about why they believe what they believe and why things are meaningful, using a lot of evidence. So these are the things that hopefully your students will kind of get away from this school year. I will be teaching word study and vocabulary to half the students. Some of the students, Mr. Campana students, will be learning it from Mr. Campana, but the program is generally the same. We use differentiated lists. We see how students spell, and we teach them how words are put together and patterns, and hopefully they can decode and understand meaning of words when they encounter them. So hopefully that'll work out for them. The grades are standards-based, which means that instead of getting an A through an E, as you're probably familiar with, there'll be a number of standards on the report card where I will be able to say whether or not they're meeting that standard or if they need support with that standard or even if they're exceeding the standard. Please make sure that your students understand that there is no extra credit, that we are expected to do the work and perform as readers and writers in class. And so everything that I assess is things that are going to be done in class. And this is a general sort of philosophy of mine about successful kids. You'll probably note that the kids haven't gotten a lot of homework from me. The thing that I want kids to do most is read. It's technically, the rule of thumb is that a fourth grader should have about 40 minutes of homework a day. So I'd like for 30 of them to be reading. Then the other 10 would probably be for whatever math homework that Mr. Campana has or any kind of science or social studies. But I also do want students to be creative. Give them creative opportunities to build or make music or dance or do art. Have them contribute around the house. Have them help out. It is also important that students play and that they maintain a certain level of happiness and community. And probably the most important thing, make sure your students have a proper night's sleep. I think that usually makes a difference on how kids function. We also will be using some online components like Read Theory and NoRedInk and vocabulary.com. Students already know how to use it, and they can even use it at home. That will help them practice their skills. And again, I'd love to see you on Back to School Night. If you do have any questions, please feel free to respond to the message that I sent you, or email me, or just come to Back to School Night with questions. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can to clarify all of this. So thank you very much for your patience, and I'll see you on Back to School Night. Thank you.